What is the best type of microphone for vocal recording? Someone asked me this in the comment section on one of my videos. So of course I had to respond with a video. So from my experience, that's what I'm basing this off of and the facts. So when we talk about types of microphones, mainly people use two types. One is going to be a dynamic microphone, which is one that you speak in front of, and it typically blocks out a lot of background noise and things like that. And then another type of microphone is a condenser microphone. And a condenser microphone operates the same way, but a condenser microphone is a little more sensitive than the typical dynamic microphone, and they tend to be a little more powerful than the dynamic microphone. You can have a little bit more range and distance away from your microphone if you have a condenser, a good condenser microphone. But with that power comes a little bit of drawback. One of the main aspects of a dynamic microphone that makes them the most used type of microphone is the fact that they block out a lot of background noise. So if you have a lot of loudness around you, or you're not in a treated area that's soundproof and things like that, a dynamic microphone will do wonders for you. So that's why if you see someone on stage, you will typically see them with a dynamic microphone, those classic ball shaped microphones. That's one of Shure's signature style microphones, but you will see them with that because it will focus in on the person right directly in front of the microphone. Not so much of, the background noise, the speakers or the band playing. That type of microphone is made to focus in on the person that's directly in front of the microphone. So that is why dynamic microphones are the most used. But if you are in a sound treated environment and in a studio style environment, the condenser microphone might be better because, again, it's more sensitive. So it's going to pick up everything in your voice. It's going to pick up all those little sounds that everyone loves. Like if you're doing something like ASMR, you can pick up every little sound with a condenser microphone, opposed to that dynamic microphone that blocks out a lot of sounds. So, and of course, as I go back and forth from this microphone to this microphone, you guys could probably tell a difference in the sound. A lot of times that dynamic microphone sounds a little more like a broadcast type microphone, right? So right now, the audio you're hearing is coming from the Movo VSM-7, and this is a condenser microphone. This is one of my higher condenser microphones. I typically like, my dynamic microphones, but this is a condenser microphone and it sounds pretty good, right? It sounds really good. I like the sound of condenser microphones. Right now, as I'm listening to it though, I can hear the air going pretty good in the background because, again, this microphone picks up every little thing. It's a lot more powerful. So I can, don't have to be as close. Like even if I took this down, that was to block the plosives and things like that. But this microphone still sounds great, right? This microphone is special. It does have 3 different patterns. Right now I have it on regular cardioid, so of course it just picks up from the front, but I can turn it into bipolar where it picks up from the front of the microphone and back of the microphone, and then it has a omnidirection setting too, and it picks up everything throughout. And again, these are some of the features that you will get, if you have a condenser microphone. Sometimes they have different settings and it has the ability to pick up omni, but most of the time when you're talking about vocals, people will typically be in front of the microphone. And again, of course, the SE Dynacaster. You guys know this is the mic of choice that I use, my most expensive dynamic microphone. It is like double the price of the Movo VSM-7. So to be fair, I'm going to go down to a dynamic microphone that is similar in price to the Movo VSM-7 so you guys can hear the differences in the two. And this is the Maono PD400x. And tell me, how does my audio sound? Now, this microphone, again, is a dynamic microphone. So, again, you're hearing the vocals right now. Depends, I didn't do anything to the audio, any of the audio. This is straight raw. All I'm going to do is maybe edit the sounds so everyone can hear the sounds of each microphone evenly, but I'm not changing anything about the microphones. These are all hooked up with XLR. They're going to my Zoom PodTrack P4, and this is the sound that you will get. So this is a dynamic microphone and the condenser. But this should give you an idea of how these two microphones sound if you were doing things like voiceovers and things like that. So the two microphones do sound different for voiceovers. So this is what I would call affordable, high quality. This microphone sounds great. It gives your voice a little more clarity. So if you're looking for clarity, something like a condenser microphone like the Movo VSM-7 might be a better suit. It all depends on what type of style, what type of sound you're trying to, give out, what type of work you're doing with your microphone. If you are doing things like podcasts, you might want to have that broadcast type sound. And that's where a microphone like the Maono PD400x shines. It gives you that dynamic sound, that volume. So it all comes down to what your voice sounds like, if you ask me, and what you're going for. When you ask what's the best microphone for vocals, do you want to sound like you're on a podcast doing broadcast work, or are you doing things like a voiceover and you need to make sure you sound excited and you want to hit every emotion and you want your microphone to capture every emotion you're giving to the microphone? You might want to get something like a condenser microphone. So what it really boils down to is, what are you trying to accomplish with your microphone? So those are my thoughts. And I hope this video was helpful for you. I appreciate you checking me out. Peace.